So I'd like to lead you through a nice moving practice, a practice that you can use to move your spine in all its directions, a practice that you can use in order to ground and to bring you into the here and into the now. So join me on your mat, grab hold of any blocks if you need a block. Now a block would be really useful if you can't come down to the ground. So we've all at different ranges in terms of flexibility, so maybe just before we start you check, taking the feet wide, soften the knees and just see as you draw the hands down the legs where you get to. Can you bring the hands down to the ground? Don't worry if you can't, but then find a block or a thick book and just practice using that or having that close by you. You might want a cushion, you might want a nice throw for a relaxation at the end. And then when you've gathered all those things together, then let's just come to stand on our mat. So standing into Dasan, nice and tall. Think about the feet grounding, maybe spread the feet, the toes really wide. Keep the knees soft, checking that you're not locking out the knee joints. You can squeeze the glutes, that's going to help maintain the integrity of the pelvis and keep the pelvis in neutral. And then just lift out the waist. Feel that lovely rise, the intercostal muscles, the ribs parting. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, chin parallel to the floor. Just take a moment here, standing firm, tall, standing in your strength. Let's just close the eyes if you feel comfortable closing the eyes, or lower the eye gaze if you don't. But try not to look around, try not to be stimulated by the environment that you're practicing in. Let's just try and take the awareness deeply into our own body. So dropping the awareness into how you feel at the moment. So physically, how does your body feel? Emotionally, how do you feel? Just listen to the answer, don't judge. And how does the breath feel? Is the breath flowing with ease? Can we use our practice in order to let the breath be really long and smooth? The mind free and still, and the body nice and open, and feeling that we're releasing stress, tension, any stagnation that maybe is manifested in your body. So we stand in this beautiful posture. It's a posture that we start many sequences from, the mountain pose to Dasan, and just standing firm and strong. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathing into the nose, opening the mouth, sighing the breath away. Let's do another. And then you can continue with a few more if that feels okay. Remember that your breath is a fantastic tool in order to release tension, tightness, anything that might be on the mind that we don't need for this next half an hour that we're going to practice together. So standing nice and tall. Let's take the awareness to the feet, and we're going to keep the whole of the foot connected to the ground. We're going to squeeze the navel into the spine just so that we've got that lovely protection through the lower back, keeping the knees soft, and it's just a very gentle rock forward, keeping the heels on the ground, and then a gentle rock back. Keep the knees soft. So you might not move very far with this. Try not to move too far. Try not to knock yourself off balance. Keeping the feet on the ground and just moving nice and steady. A nice flowing movement forward and backwards, rocking over the whole base of the foot. And then come back to centre. Just pause there for a moment. We're going to create a big circle. So we're going to come up towards the toes. We're going to come over towards the right side of the foot, the right heel, the left side of the foot, the left toes. We're going to create this big circle, and we'll do 3 in one direction, keeping the whole of the foot connected to the ground. And then when we've done 3 in one direction, we'll pause and we'll just take that circle movement in the opposite direction. And we can just feel the contact that we're making with our feet onto the ground. Knees are soft, core is gently squeezed in, shoulders are relaxed, and then come back to your center. Just pause there for a moment. Maybe soften the eye gaze or close the eyes, and just take a moment just to reflect, to see how you feel. Noticing anywhere that felt maybe a little bit disjointed, maybe a little bit stuck. And let's continue to move to release those areas that we really need to stretch and open. So we'll take the right hand and we'll cross the right hand in front of the left hand. We'll lead with the elbows, we'll draw the arms up through the body, palms face towards the ceiling, and then release your arms down and to your sides. And this time we'll cross the left hand over the right hand. As we lift up, we'll create that lovely stretch and opening through the side body, and then release your arms down to the ground. Soft knees, alternating between the right side and between the left side, leading the movement. Breathing in as we lift and open, and breathing out to release the arms. And just stay with this movement. Maybe again you can close your eyes. Taking the fullest, deepest breaths that you've taken today. And just really feel the body awakening. Opening through the chest, the shoulders. Just one more. And then as we come to the end of that movement, let's just leave the palms or the hands up towards the ceiling. Palms facing towards each other, and just feel that lovely extension, that lovely lift out of the waist. Keeping the knees soft, drawing the palms together if that's okay for your shoulders. Remember just to listen to your body throughout this movement. So we've got elbows slightly soft, we've got shoulders drawing down the back, we've got the arms raised above the head. Soft knees, keeping the arms extended, soften the knees, good. Push into the outer edges of the feet, and then stand back up. Draw the hands to the crown of your head. So we take a breath in as we sink down, we lift the arms up, we breathe out. As we draw back to standing, we bring the hands to the crown of the head. Let's just stay with this just for a few breaths. Keep the weight distributed over the whole of the foot. Elbows, shoulders are relaxed. And the breath is just flowing with ease. Good. 2 more. Remember to stop at any time if this feels uncomfortable. And then releasing your arms down and to your sides. Just notice how your shoulders feel. Pause again just for a moment of reflection, closing the eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths, breathing into the nose and breathing out the nose. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh the breath away. And just feel that you're releasing anything that isn't serving you or that you can't control at the moment. Let's draw the hands in towards the heart space. Elbows are nice and relaxed, palms face in, slight space between the fingers. So we're going to push the hands forward, and as we push the hands forward, we're going to soften the knees. The movement is moving from the heart, and then draw the hands back towards the heart space. Elbows soften out to the side. So we push the hands forward. This is the in-breath. And then drawing the hands back in towards the body. Good. Let's just flow with this, just for a few gentle movements. And we're working with Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. And as you move the hands forwards, maybe you can just imagine that you're sharing love, compassion. And as you draw the hands into the heart, you're drawing that love and compassion back into your heart space. Good. Just one more. And then coming back up and to stand, releasing your arms down and to your sides. Just pause again for a moment, just noticing maybe this expansion that we can feel through the chest, the ribs, the lungs. Collarbones are nice and wide, shoulders are nice and relaxed, arms just feeling heavy and to your sides. Let's draw the hands to shoulder height, palms again facing towards you. Elbows are a little softer this time, as if you're doing a little dance with a partner or hugging somebody, which is a little strange to say at the moment. Let's soften the knees. So we're going to twist towards the right. Very gentle twist, which we can feel right at the base of the spine. Just pause when you've got that twist. And then come back to centre. Let's twist towards the left. So again, just listen to your body. How does this feel? Do you need to stop? Can you go a little further into the twist? And then slowly come back to the centre. Let's do that again. So gently we twist round. We can feel our navel being drawn around towards the right hip, keeping the shoulders relaxed, just looking towards the palm of the hands. Come back to centre. Twist towards the left. Soft knees. And then coming back to the centre. Let's just change it, make it a little bit more of a twist if that feels okay. So right foot turns out 90 degrees. Stay nice and upright, so think about the crown drawing upwards, the tailbone is pointing downwards. And then as we twist round, just pick up the heel of the left foot, you're balancing on the left toe, and see if you can just twist a little deeper, following with the eye gaze if your neck feels okay. And when we're in that twist, let's just pause and breathe. Let's ease back to centre as we place both feet back down to the ground. Good. Let's go in the opposite direction. Have you had enough blue? Left foot turns 90 degrees. We come up onto the toe of the right foot as we twist round, softening the shoulders. Keep that lift up and out of the waist. Breathe. Look into the palm of the hands. Slowly easing back to the centre, releasing your arms. Good, you might feel a little tingling sensation through the palms of the hands. You might feel the arms are a little heavier, and certainly you should feel that the shoulders are just releasing a little away from the ears. Good, take a moment just to reflect, to notice. Have you still got this gentle squeeze, about 30% with the navel into the spine? Is the tailbone tucked under, or are you pushing your tailbone out? Make sure it's tucked under and the pelvis is in a nice neutral position. So the palms are just resting down to your side. You can see them out the corner of your eyes. And then we'll rotate the palms round in the opposite direction. So we draw the palms to face upwards, keeping the arms extended and out to the side of the body. Don't take them back and behind, keep them out to the side and then rotate in the opposite direction. Good, start to lift the arms nice and slowly, continue the movement. We might breathe in as we rotate in one direction and breathe out as we rotate in the opposite direction. Just keep that flow movement going. Make sure we're not locking out the knee joints. Until we come back with the arms to shoulder height. Pause, relax your shoulders, lift out the waist, open your collarbones and look to your right palm. Turn your left palm round on itself. Like you're wringing out your shoulders and then alternate to the left side. Open left palm, right palm turns round on itself. Let's alternate between sides. You can imagine you're holding a tray of drinks in your right hand and you're taking a little sneaky tip in your left hand. It always makes me chuckle when I say that. And then to the opposite side. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then start to very gently lower the arms. Following the eye gaze to the open palm, only if your neck feels okay. If it doesn't, then keep the eye gaze facing forward. And then release your arms and just let your arms heavily relax down and to your sides. Again, pause, close the eyes. Just take a moment to reflect and to notice how you feel. So from here, we're going to take the feet just a little wider. We'll take the feet to a shoulder width. And I'll come onto the side, it might be easy for you to see this movement. Sorry Blue, you might have to move your nose out my way. So we've got the feet a little wider. We're standing nice and tall first of all, and we'll just bring the hands just to rest on the inside of the thighs. The fingers are facing inwards, palms connecting to your legs. And if we soften the knees, we can just draw the hands down just a little, keep the fingers facing inwards. Certainly don't slouch into the hands. So notice the difference. This is me rounding my spine, and this is me just supporting with the hands. So the hands aren't taking a massive amount of weight. So we're going to move into a gentle cat-cow. We draw the navel into the spine. We're going to start to round the spine, and as we tuck the tailbone under, we lift the spine towards the ceiling and tuck our chin in towards our chest. Keep all your muscles in your face relaxed. And then pushing the tailbone back, the hips forward, lift through the sternum, take the eye gaze to look up. So we're going to breathe out as we roll the spine towards the ceiling, front body into back body, chin down to chest. And we're going to breathe in as we push the tailbone back, the hips forward, we lift the sternum, and we take the eye gaze to look up. Let's just continue just for a few of these. It's our cat-cow from a standing position. Good, just one more. And then coming back to the centre, pause. And then slowly release yourself down so that you're bringing your chest towards your thighs. Blue, you're going to have to come out the way. Just excuse me. Blue, come on, onto your bed. Come on, onto your bed. The professionals don't have this, where the dog wanders around. Come on, lie down. Blue, lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Or sit down. Good. Thank you. So, as I was saying, we've got hands onto the inside of the thighs. We've got the knees slightly bent. So we're just going to take the eye gaze to look down towards the ground. I'm going to drop the right shoulder towards the centre line in between the feet. And as we drop the shoulder down, we're going to look over the opposite side. We'll come back to centre, balance the shoulders, straighten out the shoulders, and then take the left shoulder down to the centre line and look over towards the right. Come back to centre, and then drop on the out breath, right shoulder down, look over towards the left. Come back to centre, breathing in. And as you breathe out, dropping the opposite side. Come back to centre. From here, we'll slowly roll up. We'll tuck our chin into our chest, and very slowly we'll start to uncurl the body, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing to lift up. And then just draw the feet back in and towards each other. Again, just pause, just notice, just reflect on how that movement felt. So let's bring the hands to the base of the spine. We're going to just gently push into the base of the spine, draw the elbows back and the shoulders back. Looking forward with the eye gaze. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, soft knees. We start to hinge forwards from the waist. From the hips, not the waist, from the hips. And then tucking your chin in towards your chest and slowly uncurl vertebrae by vertebrae. And draw yourself back up and back and to stand. Taking a breath in, open the chest, maybe take the eye gaze to drift up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, gentle movement forwards. Soft knees. Chin tucks into chest as we slowly uncurl and come back up and to stand. One more, breathing in to open, breathing out to come forwards And then let's stay here. Let's draw the hands down the legs and see if we can reach the floor. If we can't, maybe we grab hold of our block. Let's bend the knees, sinking down, lift up the heels. Or the heels might stay on the ground. Mine certainly don't in this squat position, yours might. And then just look forward with your eye gaze. Fingertips just rest towards the ground. Knees are bent. If we feel balanced, we could lift the hands just to a shoulder height. Think about tailbone being down towards the ground. Crown lifting up towards the ceiling, soft shoulders, soft elbows. Focus on something and just look at that point. Focus your attention just on one thing. And then draw the hands back down towards the ground. Let's ease bottom back up towards the ceiling. Blue's having a little mooch around again. Tuck the chin into the chest and slowly uncurl and come back up and to stand. Good. You are getting in the way today, Blue. Would you come and lie down, please? Come on, come on, lie down on your bed. On your bed, thank you. Okay, so we're going to come into our dynamic squats. So we'll draw the hands down towards the floor. We'll again bend the knees and draw bottom down towards the ground. We'll bring the hands either side of your left foot. We'll take the right leg and extend the right leg out to the side. The toes face forward, the heel and the outer edge of the foot contacts with the mat. And then we can stay here. This might just be enough, or you might be able to lift your arms and balance here. This is an intense pose. It's not going to be for everybody, so maybe this doesn't feel good for you today. Drawing the hands back down to the ground, lifting your bottom towards the ceiling. Pause here, relax your head. And then moving to the opposite side. So again, just making sure that we've got a straight line. Mine's slightly off centre, so I'm just going to nudge that foot forward. So I've got a straight line from one foot to the opposite foot. Again, if I can, I'm going to lift my arms up and balance here. Softening the shoulders. Again, finding that dristi, that focal point to intently stare to. And then bring the hands back down to the ground. Let's lift bottom back up towards the ceiling. And then from here, just releasing the head down towards the ground. Again, if you need a block, then you could bring a block and rest the hands onto a block. The knees again can be soft. We're going to keep the left hand where it is. We're going to open up the right hand and just start to open the elbow towards the ceiling and then open the hand towards the ceiling. Feel that twist right at the base of the spine. If we can look up towards the hand, we will. If not, we're just going to keep the eye gaze looking down to the ground. Breathe. Let's bring the hand back down. Both hands connect to the ground. And then lifting the left hand and opening the left arm to the ceiling. Let's bring the hand back down to the ground. Let's just do one more to each side. So we lift the right hand up, elbow can lead, and then open the arm to the ceiling. We bring the hand back down. The left hand leads as we open up. We open the palm. We drop the hand back down towards the ground. From here, let's heel and toe the feet in towards each other. Soften your knees, slowly uncurl, chin tucks in, we rebuild the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. So we'll come to lie on our mat, unless you've got a dog strategically placed on your mat, and you might need to just move that said dog. Blue, could you go and lie on your mat, please? Blue, come on, lie on your mat. Good boy. Over here. On your bed. There you go. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. What could I have my mat? Okay, so we're going to lie with the back of the body onto the mat. So just adjusting anything that you might need to adjust. For me, I just need to always move my ponytail slightly out of the way, just so that my chin can tuck into the chest. Feet are at hip width distance. Feet are on the ground. Hands, palms connect down to the ground. So we're just going to start to move into a very gentle and easy bridge. Let's start to think about drawing the navel into the spine, pushing down into the soles of the feet, and slowly ease the spine up off the mat. And then easing back down nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae, until the whole of your back is once again on the mat. Let's continue. So let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, slowly lifting up, taking the full breath to lift into your bridge. And then taking a breath in at the top. As you breathe out, slowly releasing back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until the whole of your back is once again onto the mat. So we'll practice just a few of these. Lifting on the out breath, slowly creating space through the vertebrae of the spine, taking a breath in at the top. And as you breathe out, slowly releasing down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until the whole of the back is back onto your mat. Let's just practice one more. And then as the spine comes back down to the ground, you might want to pick up the knees and just draw the knees in and towards the chest. Hands lightly touch the knees. Let's just create a gentle circle with the knees. Circling the knees both in the same direction. 3 times in one way and 3 times in the opposite direction. We bring the knees back to centre, planting the feet back down to the ground. We're going to roll ourselves over and onto our front. So bringing yourself onto the front of the body. Let your front body relax down to the ground. Just check that your feet, I can move everything away from my feet. Your feet are relaxed, your knees, the back of the front of the body is relaxed down to the ground. Hands just rest so that your fingers are facing forward, thumbs are in line with your nose. So we've spread the fingers. We're drawing the shoulder blades in towards the spine. We're taking a slow lift, nice and slow as we lift up. And then draw your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, spread into your fingers, and just take a gentle lift through the sternum. Try not to tense the glutes, try not to tense the feet, make sure that you can wiggle the lower body. The movement should be the spine, just stay here. Eye gaze is just slightly forward of your mat, your chin parallel to the floor. Draw your shoulder blades in towards the centre of the spine. If you want a little deeper, pull the elbows as if you're drawing them in towards the body, and just feel the back muscles really strengthening within this posture. Any pain, come out. Let's take a turn of the head towards the right, just a gentle turn in one direction. Come back to centre, and then a turn in the opposite direction. And come back to centre. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, turn in the eye gaze. Breathing into the centre. Breathing out as we look in the opposite direction. And then come back to the centre. Let's slowly release down, part the elbows, let the body come back down to the ground. And then bringing your elbows nice and wide, your palms, one rests on top of the other. And take your feet and turn your toes away from you and just take the feet as wide as your mat. Let your head come down onto the mat. So just relaxing the whole front body down and onto the mat. Let's just start to notice the breath. So as you breathe in, you can feel your belly pushing into the ground. And as you breathe out, you can feel the whole of your back, the whole of the front relaxing, releasing, softening and melting into the ground. So we continue just to observe the in-breath and the out-breath. And we just stay with this just for a few more breaths. Lovely relaxing posture of the crocodile, Makarasana. Really nice to do at the end of the movement. Just to allow all that energy to settle within the body. We'll just take 3 more breaths here. And then at the end of that 3rd breath, just let the breath return back to normal. Gently bring the feet back in towards each other. And then walking your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers. Let's slowly draw ourselves up onto our hands, onto our knees. And from here, let's just ease the hips back towards the heels and take the hands forward. And let the head relax down towards the ground. Just soften and relax your shoulders. Feel them parting and melting and relaxing. Any weight that you might be carrying on your shoulders, on top of your shoulders, feel it relax. Tailbone just gently easing towards your heels. Breath is flowing with ease. Take 1 more breath. And then coming back up onto hands and knees, walking your knees underneath your hips, your feet are back and behind your knees. Let's just finish with a kneeling or a kneeling cat-cow. We're just going to take the spine towards the ceiling, tucking the chin in towards the chest. We'll push the tailbone back, the hips forward. We'll lift the sternum, we'll take the eye gaze to look up. I'm going to breathe out as we draw the spine, front body into back body, the spine to the ceiling, chin tucks into chest. We'll breathe in as we soften the elbows. We pull through with the sternum and lift the eye gaze. Just 1 more. And then from here, just easing yourself back onto into a kneeling position. Let the hands just rest down towards the knees. Maybe again you can close your eyes or soften your eye gaze. And just take a moment in a seated position. If this doesn't feel comfortable, find something that does. And just take a moment just to reflect, to notice how you feel at the end of our practice. We've moved our spine in all its directions. We've done some movement to open, to stretch. We've connected to the breath. So just notice how you feel at the end of your practice. So thank you for joining me and Blue, who was a little bit disruptive in our class today, but I will have a little quiet word with him, and hopefully the next time he's invited in to practice with us, he'll be just a little bit more well behaved. So we'll just end our practice by bringing hands to praying hands, connecting the thumbs to the heart, letting the elbows just be out towards the side. We'll take a breath in And a breath out. And we'll just think about all the amazing things that our bodies have been able to do in our practice today. All the ways that they've been able to move. Let's take another breath in. And as we breathe out, just gently dropping the head towards the hands as we bid ourselves namaste. So thank you very much for joining me. I will do a few more to add to our collection. You might want to continue this now with a longer relaxation. So feel free to lie yourself back onto your mat and take a little time out for a deep relax.